Hey, welcome to a new Bread Camp update. Do you remember our camp roof? So many of you were wondering how it would sound with the rain, so here it is. In this update we will do 3 different things. We will maintain the lagoon of our neighbors, we will work a lot in our big trailer, and we will do something related with this toilet. Keep on watching if you want to see what happens. But first, we start by the lagoon.
In the beginning of the season, we cleared the lagoon area. We took all the mud out of the lagoon to make it a nice place to cool down in summer. It has served us very well, not only for us, but also for the plants. Now the summer is over and a lot of fast-growing plants sprouted and took over the place again. These wild grapes are climbing the trees. Even in the bottom of the waterfall, where the soil got exposed to the sun, these kind of plants took over. Also here, and in the pathways, and in the terrace. Our yellow gate got all dirty, and accessing the lagoon from this side is not possible anymore. It is now a wall of cane. And on top of that, we also lost a lot of water due to evaporation.
That's where the water used to be.
We lost a lot, like almost more than 20 centimeters.
So, let's start. At the bottom.
So today we're going to start removing all of these overgrown vines, some leftover wood that is here, and just making this place a bit nicer.
Debbie, what did you find?
Found a huge tree!
It is huge.
It was actually a super huge chestnut. It was dead, and Jaime carried and made this lovely breed with the chestnuts.
Whoa!
Yeah.
As you can see, we have now cleared this area, and we are now going to start clearing the area over there. The good thing is you can take a dip in the lagoon every 10 minutes or so. It's nice.
Now it's time to remove this sketchy dam that Dave built last year. Sorry, Dave.
We are doing this because when we cleared the lagoon, all the sand got stuck between the dam. To make this flow away in winter, we are removing these rocks.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I feel like that's...
Are you done?
Yeah.
Done with the dam?
And obviously, we wouldn't skip the opportunity to clean the yellow gate. As you can see, it got a bit dirty, full of algae.
We removed the dam, we cleaned the door and also a bit the wall. Now it's a much nicer place to enjoy and let the winter do its thing.
So dangerous.
So we already worked on the lower area. Now it's time to work on the path to access the lagoon. As you can see, plants are growing all over. You have to walk around them. Some are spiky, so it's way better if you have all of this nice and clean, easy access for barefoot people, for normal people to get to the lagoon. What happened, Doris?
A thorn got stuck in my feet.
This is why we're doing this.
Yes.
A bit better now. There's more room to go through because this rock was always in the way. Done. So as you can see, it looks already much better, much cleaner, way easier to access, nice for the feet. So as you can see, this part looks now much cleaner. Now we have more areas to lay down, to rest. It just looks much nicer. So, as you saw in the last lagoon update, we built these lovely terraces here, and we put inside the soil that we took from the lagoon. It's really fertile soil for the grass and everything that we want to plant, but it's also really good for all of this. So today we're going to clean all of this and plant some grass to slowly make this into a nice grass terrace.
It's done.
Yeah, the things we can do with the brush cutter are done. Now we have to go by hand and remove the climbing plants for the trees.
Trees are being eaten alive by this.
Yeah, they go really fast. You can see like it's slowly taking over the tree, so I have to manage it a bit. It's too much. I mean, that's what these plants do. They can really take over. And you cannot pull because it's like stuck, so you have to unwind it a bit.
So as you can see, this one had a little accident and it's just broke down. Probably a disease or it was too weak here. But we can see already some shoots here. And also this one. So we can basically chop off this one and let it grow up. So with the ones that we chopped down from this willow, we are going to stake them into the ground. Hopefully they will grow new trees. Ooh, deep. As deep as we can. We are putting them almost all in the same place, so we have more probabilities of just adding new trees. So it's done. Hopefully next year we'll have growing willows here. So we have already cleared all this area, and now we want to start putting some grass patches. So we will prepare the soil a little bit first, loose, for this big patch of grass. So they have, hopefully we'll have new grass patches.
So now that we are finished on this side, we're going to start working on the other side. This is the other side. As you can see, completely overgrown. You can barely see the steps that we worked so hard to make. It's just time to brush cut and show the beauty that it has.
As it is now, we cannot access the lagoon from this side. All of these cane grew only within 1 year. I would say very invasive. And there are also many native trees in this area that are almost covered by the cane. Currently, we cannot even reach the figs from the fig tree. Enough reason to take the cane out.
So we have cleared that side of the lagoon. We chopped all the cans that were there, removed some of their roots, but the roots were holding all the soil there. So we have here some willow prunings that we did. So what we are going to do is putting them on the soil horizontally, and hopefully we'll have a lot of trees growing from just one stick. Some of the eyes where the shoots of the trees will grow need to be facing upwards. There are some here, so we can let them facing upwards, and we will just cover it. The likelihood of these to sprout is still a little bit low, so we are staking as much as possible. And I'm also going to put some of them vertically. So this patch is done. I'm going to do it in the other side and also up top, so we have better ground support. And yeah, it's done for now.
So before the summer, we cleared the lagoon. Most of the dirt that we moved, we built a lovely terrace there. But we also sent a lot of mud and sand downstream, down the waterfall. Most of the mud and sand that came down got stuck between the rocks, combined with the water and the heat and sun from the summer, made this huge jungle here. So now, before the winter comes and a lot of water will flow, we're going to help out the stream by cleaning this a bit and make it look nice for the next season.
Looking good.
Almost done.
First, we thought, let's clean it by hand. But then, we thought of something better. We had some rain past week, actually a lot, and the lagoon filled up. We can do a big flushing operation to leave it shiny. And because this is such an important and dramatic event, we brought some fans and spectators to join the show. Uh-oh. It's coming. It's coming.
How far is it? It doesn't need to
It's
go.
like this, a bit more. A bit more.
The first maintenance job of the waterfall is done. Finding the balance between taking and caring is not an easy task, but we will get the hang of it. The place feels way nicer and more easy to access. The first autumn rains filled up the lagoon. So in these last hot days, we can spread the towels on the terrace again. All together, ready for the winter season.
So, finally we have all the materials for the roof to finish it.
Because in case you didn't know, now we have this funky looking trailer laying around on our land. This used to be a pig trailer. I know, It's hard to believe now. Finally, we have our pig trailer here, ready to be transformed into a new house. So we already built all the structure, insulated, and in the last video we covered in these lovely colors as you can see. Now we are finishing the roof.
So Colleen and me are gonna kill it and finish the roof. So let's go. We have this first layer, which is only for like it's a vapor barrier. With the rain, here I just saw one hole where the rain went through. So right now we're gonna start with the roof. We're gonna make a frame all around where we're gonna put the insulation in, and then we're gonna put a tarp over it, and over that we're gonna place the battens and then the roof. So yeah, right now we're gonna install the frame first.
We're gonna put the last beam.
And you're gonna put the most beautiful one.
Yes, it's all broken.
It's all broken. Done. Okay, so we have the whole frame in. So right now what we're gonna do is put all the insulation in between those spaces. It's gonna be 2 layers, but we first have to cut some little pieces because it's just a bit bigger than 2 sheets. Just on this side, where it's shadow, you can see it's still a bit wet. So yeah, 20 minutes will be dry, and then we can start putting all the insulation in.
Good stuff. Here as well, perfect.
This one,
I'm gonna put the last piece, so I can say to my mom that I helped. Good materials.
Yeah, you need to not be allergic to dust, but like it's better than my bed.
if you are looking for a hard worker, there you have it.
Hire me.
So the installation is done. Right now we're gonna start putting the tarp on for the waterproof layer. Yeah, we use this material. It's 80% recycled textile. Yeah, it's just a lot of fabric teared apart and compressed together. I think it's gonna work. We'll see if it's a good installation or not. New material that we're trying out.
As we mentioned before, this insulation cannot get water in, which is a bit of a bummer because it requires all these extra plastic layers.
35. Another one.
This one is to prevent the water from getting in, but it lets humidity get out. Next layer are this button to hold the foil, and after to mount the roof sheets on top.
So we finished the tarp and all the battens. We taped off all the screws on the battens, and yeah, right now we're gonna start putting the final roof in.
So for the roof of our house, we're gonna choose this corrugated metal sheet with insulation on it. We're gonna cut them, bring them in the pickup, put them on top of our house. It's very light, very light. We thought we were there to get second-hand sheets, but actually they are just the leftovers from the factory. As they are not in perfect condition, people usually don't buy them, but they still work for us. This is a bit noisy, a bit disgusting, the noise.
Yeah, push. Okay. I have it.
You have it?
Hold you, hold you.
Yeah.
Hold you.
No.
Yeah, this is the only shot we have from the assembling of the roof. A bit shaky, but you can see everything.
Little millimeter to me. Okay, wait. That's already good.
Last sheet. Last sheet in place.
But he's gonna mark now where the screws go. And now we'll start drilling and putting the screws in. Okay, so the roof is in. Right now we're gonna put the finished piece. It's to cover the exposed foam in the front and in the back, but in the back we have another piece here, which also prevents the rain from coming under the battens. First we're gonna install the front and then we will install the big piece.
Okay, we're almost done with the roof. We only need the siding to be done because we still see a bit of the anti-rain tarp. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some wood in there. And sometime at camp we don't have the right tools for the things that we want to do. For example, here we don't have a table saw yet. So Julien made this little guide, handmade. It will do for now. It's not the official version, but it suits for what we want to do. And we can just saw all day long.
First, we fix the buttons on the edges to screw the final pieces on top. Then we cover the foil and screw our last wood layer all around the trailer.
Okay, we're almost done with the roof. but we still have one part to do, and we're a bit running out of wood because all of the wood that we're using is the second-hand, not used from the sawmill. So our quantity are limited. So we're taking one of these beams, and instead of using the length, we're gonna use the width. So I don't know how it's called in English, but in French we call it bardeau. It's to cut reins of the wood in this direction. So we're cutting a bunch of them and we're putting them together. This way we can save a bit of wood every time. And that's what we thought was the best for this one. Let's see how it goes. Not perfect. Cool. Okay, we're done with the top part of the roof. So that means that we are completely done with the outside of the trailer. Now we can focus more on the inside. So you see, with all of this that we did on the outside, we have many left over. The small ones are gonna go for the pizza oven as firewood, and the big one we will reuse later, maybe for inside middle wall. Everything outside of the trailer is done. Now we focus on the inside. It's very exciting. It's the end of the day, and Julia and I, we're gonna go eat. Stay tuned!
So we're heading to the sawmill again. Yep, we are back in the sawmill. This time to get the wood for the walls of the pig trailer. And of course, we are gonna use our beloved basketball court floor. This time we asked them to remove the top layer with a planer, to have a bit of color variation inside the trailer and to save us from sanding the entire thing by hand. Easy for them, easy for us.
Okay. Maybe the other way, right? Yeah.
It's time now to focus on the inside and to do the paneling of the wall, which is the last step for the walls. We have here the same wood that we used for the roof and the ground. It's the basketball court wood. Let's do it. Since the wood is second-hand, it has already been glued before when it was a basketball field. So we are working with the materials that have sometimes residue of some type of glue, silicone, we don't really know. But that means that sometimes we have to take an extra time to clean it. So yeah, this is piece 98.6 and it goes right there. Finally done with the paneling. It's all finished. We only have some slight finishing to do, especially on the edges of the windows and the door. Overall, it was very long. It took us, I think, 6 days to do everything, and we were 2 people. So it was really long, but very satisfying also, especially when it works. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works. So yeah, finishing on the door and on the window, and then I think we're done. And we can move on to the next steps to make this a proper house. Exciting.
The outside of our level 2 house is finally finished. Let us know what you think. And the inside is looking great. There are still some small things to do, such as the sockets and switches, install a stove.
Watch out for spoilers!
But that's for the next video. Because now Alice is gonna do something very cool for this toilet.
So this is the new compost toilet we have been using for a couple months. Everything is perfect, just sometimes we can't really tell if there's somebody using the toilet or not. No! So we think it would be a nice idea to have a sign here to show the toilet vacancy. Sorry. So the idea is to add a rotatable sign out on the door, which is connected with the indoor lock. So every time when people lock the door, the sign will turn into in use. We will make it into a little bird shape as there is a lot of birds living here around us. We have been clearing mimosa trees beside the road for the fire resilient purpose. So we got a lot of mimosa wood here. Let's pick some for the door lock. So we have collected some wood branches and we'll start making the indoor lock with these pieces of wood. Now I'm using these tools to create a flat surface on the wood branch. So now we have a nice flat surface here. Now we will apply some linseed oil on the wood surface to protect the wood. So we're now finished with the indoor handle. After finished with the handle, I'm making a draft of the little bird here on a cardboard to see if the size is a good fit on the actual door. So now let's place the paper cardboard here to see if the size fit or not. I think the size is okay. So here is a prototype of how the lock is gonna work. So when the door is unlocked, the bird will stand like this. When we lock the door inside, the bird will turn down like eating some seed on the ground. Okay. Like this. So the bird lock is finished. Let's see how people use it.
it works.
Wow, cool. Sorry. So, that's it for this video. Next week we will finish the pig trailer. If you already want to see it, support us in Patreon. If not, just subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next update.